Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another segment of U.S. News, episode 50. Today's date, August 15, 2023. We'll be covering Maui, man or God, as being the cause. President Trump plus 18 others charged by the Georgia court on RICO conspiracy. After all, you were running for president, weren't you? Some of my sources: God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, Beforeitsnews, Zeta Talk, Disaster Compilations, ETN News, Beforeits News, Lewis Herms, about the Maui fire, Strange Sounds, and Mike from around the world. So yeah, let's get started. Okay. I have Patriot subscribers responding to previous videos I put out. Yes, my neighbor's son is being deployed to Syria. So we're hearing about military deployments. I have a Patriot subscribers talking about Guam, that there are tribunals and executions taking place on Guam. And this Patriot subscriber said he'd been to Guam many times, or several times, on flights from Vietnam. I have a Patriot subscriber talking about Guam and Gitmo, and it's under Judge Admiral Crandell. And someone asked, did he get promoted from being a 3-star general? Yeah. For, taking over Guam. So we have a Patriot subscriber talking about the deep state he or she believes put the derail devices on the train tracks. Absolutely could be. I have a Patriot subscriber regarding Hawaii. A Chinese balloon had been over the island, and I recall that I reported on it. That was some months ago, and they were using green lasers. Now, that had been explained by different people as being an environmental survey flight. So, a Chinese whistleblower says that the Chinese want to invade Hawaii while the White House is still under their control. So I have a Patriot subscriber talking about Hawaii. Yes, Mike from around the world is regularly on Pastor Paul Begley's Thursday night program. We believe Mike works for the NSA. Mike knows stuff. Did report a wave from energy coming in August 8, and I agree that wave from energy could have been one of the causes of the catastrophic situation we see in Maui. Yes. I have a Patriot subscriber who's talking about when he was in the Marines. He worked on an island in Hawaii. So I'll draw this for you. So we have the big island, Hawaii, and now we've got this is Maui. And so the island where this Marine served is right at the tip of Maui. It's a small island. He did training there, I believe he said. Molokai, right there. So, yeah, that's going on. And now we have this. So we have information coming. I'll begin with Lewis Herms. He's a truther, Christian, bringing out some new information. So we've been hearing from many sources that there were spontaneous fires, and it appeared to be the cause would be some type of directed energy weapon. So that's going on. So did man cause what's going on Hawaii? My inclination is to believe it was a natural event, many things put in place by God, and that the many governments and militaries around the world knew about the situation and took charge of it. Where I find fault with them, of course, is not giving warning to people, although there's a possibility that the population could have been evacuated and now everything we're seeing is just a psyop. There's that also. Okay, so what Louis Herms is saying from his sources, that the video we're seeing come out where it appears that a directed energy weapon was used in Hawaii is fake. All the video we're seeing is fake. That it was not directed energy. Okay, we have this. So, 1 year before this event, which happened on August 8 in Maui, there was a concerted effort by, I'm guessing now to be white hats, for taking down, well, let me go back. So we could have two parties operating here. We could have white hats and the black hats, the deep state. So there does appear 1 year before this August 8th fire situation in Maui took place that rainfall was taken down to 1/3 of its normal level. Now, you can tell by looking at the records that it was due to geoengineering, because say you have several months and you have 1 month you'd have 3 inches, and the next month maybe 5, and then 6, and then 4. Well, all of these normal rainfalls are taken down to 1/3 of their level. So that would be 1, 3, we would say about 2.5, 2.5, 1/3. So that would be 4, 2, maybe about a 1.5. Because what you saw was a consistent record for the rainfall. It was always whatever had been the previous normal rainfall, 1/3 of it was occurring. So that's not normal. Definitely indicates geoengineering. Now we have this. Yeah, not the normal rainfall. They also had they were trying to say they had hurricane force winds from Dora that was 500 miles away. The information that Lewis received was when the fires began, the wind was at 12 to 15 miles per hour. So not a catastrophic level to create the so-called wildfires that we were seeing. Now, we have this. Several days before the fires, there was an orange smog that the people saw and documented. And there was also strange aircraft going through the air. Now, I submit to you this strange aircraft and the smog could have been both geoengineered. It also could have been something the U.S. military was doing. Dave Hodges brought out the fact that the Space Force is also on Maui at the other end of the island. Lahana's right here, where the primary fires took place. Now, Do you think the U.S. Space Force wasn't aware of strange aircraft flying low over the other end of the island? Of course they were. So I'm thinking this was some type of the smog also. Some type of prepping could have been by the military. Now, the question I have in my mind would be with these alleged deaths and missing people. I'm beginning to believe this was a military operation rather than geoengineering, and that the people were rescued, because what I'm seeing would tend to support that. And why, when I finish this presentation, you'll see why one possibility that would make the military do this. It's to keep people from panicking all over the world. So, I think. So, they heard booms and spread on the ground. It was not like wildfire. It did not look like a wildfire. It looked like a war zone. And with regard to the strange aircraft, they're putting forth that maybe it was test runs, you know, for them to drop incendiary objects. When I put all this information together, I'm beginning to think it was the positive part of the military. I've been asked to always clarify which part of the government I'm talking about, which part of the military. Okay, I'm talking about the white hats here. Okay, supposedly there's 96 dead. There's up to 100 dead, and now 1,500 missing. Okay. Now we see other things going on. And speculation is, and it was almost immediate, I had it from a Patriot subscriber. Yeah, the billionaires, they want to burn down Maui and buy up the land. This is another speculation. It's going to be the first total AI-controlled island and government. So, that's going on. Now, we do have these reports that the FEMA, and I brought out the FBI's already there, supposedly setting up morgues for missing people plus, and they were stopping first responders. So I submit this is like a PSYOP. The military had already evacuated the population, or much of it. And I'm seeing several people come out. My impression is they're crisis actors. I saw some photos of dogs with their paws bandaged, saying they had been burned. I'm not buying the crisis actors, and I'm not buying the video that we're seeing come out. Okay, but this is being reported from Louis Herms that the federal government swooped in, and when I bring out another piece of information, you'll find this much more credible, and stopped any first responders from going in. Okay, now, this is coming out from Strange Sounds. Oh, a few years ago in 2017 in Las Vegas, there was an assassination attempt on President Trump, plus a prince from the Middle East. And President Trump and his people were able to warn the prince and protect him from being assassinated. At that time, the Las Vegas had a new police chief, and that was, see, his name is John Pelletier, and he took charge of all of Las Vegas, and I don't recall, there were multiple, they tried to say there was one, but there was you know, too many people and too many shots. There were multiple shooters. They appeared to me to be, information also came out from Peter the Insider about this shooting, and these were CIA operatives who had been triggered to do the shooting. There were multiple shooters. Okay, so President Trump got out and saved the prince, and that led to some positive political situations. So, before the shooting took place, Las Vegas had a new police chief, John Peltier, who works for the federal government and has a high-level security clearance. Yeah. So put in place. And, before this Maui fire, Maui has a new police chief. Who is it? John Peltier. So, yeah, that's going on. So we see more and more like, yeah, something's going on here. All right. Now I have this. I have from Disaster Compilations, and I will link his videos. He's got part 1, 2, and 3 of individuals fleeing from the fire. And what I observed when I looked at the video was these are all individuals always inside vehicles, taking video of what they're seeing around them, and also speaking in foreign languages. So, yeah, that's going on. And now we have this. This information is coming out from ETN News, who regularly, he does earthquakes, volcanoes, and also documents hot temperatures like in the ocean and on the ground. And what he had put out, and I'll link his videos, like on August 8 and August 9, is these fires suddenly appearing in this area and also in this area of the island, and also on a few areas on the Big Island. And so my question in my mind was, how did fires from here, because these weren't being reported, I wasn't seeing that, how did the fires go from here to here? But ETN News has documented, because he uses satellite data, that they suddenly appeared, and ETN's expert assessment is it looked like some type of took place, and there were too many to occur in a 24-hour period. Didn't look like fires, or not normal fires. And now we have this. This is from Zeta Talk. Zeta is someone who's been putting forth different predictions for tectonic plate movement, earthquakes, and that type thing for several decades. Okay, I've looked at Zeta's assessment, and some of the things she puts forth correlated to information I had received from God. So I look at her information. Now, she's talking about Hawaii. So we have the U.S., we've got Hawaii, and we've got multiple plates. We've got the Pacific Plate, Juan de Fuca, the Costco's Plate, and she says that she predicted in 2010, her group, she works with a group of people. In 2010, Zeta Talk predicted that when all of these plates were moving, and we believe they're moving now. I put out that information yesterday. That was from suspicious observers that the galactic sheet in space has shifted, has moved, and we can expect, I believe, more impact in terms of volcanoes and earthquakes and that type of thing. So in 2010, Zeta Talk predicted Hawaii would have spontaneous fires when these tectonic plates were shifting. So that's going on. Now I'll show you a map. This is a tectonic plate map that I ordered. You can get them from Amazon. And I also had the new map that had been put out by Mike from around the world, who had, it's on Pastor Paul Begley, had a webinar called Deep Impact. If you wanted the map, new map from Mike from around the world, you could get it in the Deep Impact. It's like 5 CDs through Pastor Paul Begley's YouTube site. So at any rate, I took the plate tectonic map and added the information that I considered relevant from Mike from around the world's map. You'll see I've marked here a major change that's going on across the earth. The X's mark thin places in the crust where we can expect to see initial geologic events happening. Many new fault lines here. Mike said also in New York, New Madrid, Texas, and so on. Okay, so what we see, this is Hawaii, and we have multiple plates here that supports what Zeta Talk was predicting. The shifting is moving, and I believe it's moving also. And so I believe the fires in Maui were spontaneous. I believe the U.S. military, the White Hats, evacuated the population, and that's why the FEMA and other federal groups are not letting first responders in there. I believe they're trying to tap down on this information. So that's going on. Now, Mike from around the world said what we're seeing in Maui, we can expect to see soon along the U.S. West Coast. So from, Washington, Oregon, all the way down to California. What I thought about was, these people, I believe, were evacuated. So if I thought that, it is good to have this in place, like a bug out bag, where you have certain documents already in place, like your insurance, birth certificates, passport, your shop records for your children, or maybe yourself, your will, cash. I also added can opener. Yeah, some food would be good. Or medicine, or prescriptions, like that. A bug out bag. Yeah, that would be good. And now we have this. We're talking about President Trump and what's going on. This comes out from Hal Turner. And that Georgia, Hal Turner. Okay. The Fulton Superior Court in Fulton County, Georgia, has come out with 41 indictments against President Trump and 18 other people, including all of his attorneys. Mark Meadows, I think that was part of his cabinet, and Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell. Yeah, we're gonna, look, the courts have been weaponized and made a weapon arm of the D Party. And we threw out the Constitution and all laws at federal, state, and local level. because, we're on the payroll, and we're going to charge you, President Trump, and all these 18 people, including your attorneys and so on, with RICO racketeering charges, 41 felonies, because right now we want to arrest you and put you in jail. You can't run for president in 2024, and this is the basis of our charges we're making against you. You ran for president in 2020. That makes you guilty of engaging in some kind of election fraud. So that's going on. That actually happened. And Hal Turner had this document for the indictments, but the court said, no, that's we didn't put that document out because the grand jury's still meeting. This is similar to building number 7 going down on 9/11, when they had a report in England about building number 7 going down, and the media in the U.S. had to call the media in England and say, wait, it hasn't gone down yet. So same thing we're seeing in Georgia. Wait, don't put that document out yet. It can't be leaked because we're not ready for it. Okay, short prayer. This is based on King James Version, Isaiah 54, and 2 Corinthians chapter 3, entitled, Show Us Our Way. Father, stretch forth the bands of reality to tighten our worldview. Enlarge the place of our tent, lengthen our cords, strengthen our stakes, so our perception of reality reveals truth and light. Enable us to walk in paths of light, marked before us with open doors, and close behind us egress of the enemy. And we ask, Father, open our eyes so that we may see behind the veil. And I say, thank you, God the Father, God the Son, Jesus, whom many call Yeshua, and God the Holy Spirit. I say to my family and friends, it is a good time to prep and prepare a bug-out bag for sure, for anything could happen suddenly. I say to my family and friends, remain steady, continue to pray. It is good to remember God is in charge and He is on the move. I love you, and I'll see you soon.